Well, good morning, my brothers. It's April 13th. So we turn to the book of Proverbs, chapter 13, for God's daily dose of wisdom. And as I was reading through Proverbs 13, verse 7 jumped off the page, and it reads like this. There is one who pretends to be rich, but has nothing. Another pretends to be poor, but has great wealth. Okay, Lord, what are you talking about? Well, it might have something to do with the verse in Proverbs 12. Yesterday we went through Proverbs 12, and in verse 9, there's a verse that says this, better is he who is lightly esteemed and has a servant than he who honors himself and lacks bread. Might have something to do with that. But in fact, that word honor actually means the weightiness or heaviness, and it's sometimes used to describe the glory of God. And so it's not really talking about possessions or wealth, which is what Proverbs 13:7 is talking about. So what is he talking about? Well, Jesus talked about the deception of riches. In fact, he tells a story in Luke. In the book of Luke, chapter 12, he tells a parable. And this is in Luke 12, verses 16 through 21. Jesus is talking. He told them a parable saying, the land of a rich man was very productive. And he began reasoning to himself saying, what shall I do, since I have no place to store my crops? Then he said, this is what I will do. I will tear down my barns and build bigger ones. And there I will store all my grain and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, you have many goods laid up for many years to come. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But God said to him, you fool, this very night your soul is required of you, and now who will own what you have prepared? So is the man who stores up treasure for himself and is not rich toward God. Being rich toward God is an important concept because we read in the book of Revelation, chapter 3, verses 14 through 17, this accusation by the angel to the church in Laodicea. To the angel of the church in Laodicea, write, the Amen, the faithful and true witness. The beginning of the creation of God says this, I know your deeds, that you're neither cold nor hot. I wish that you were cold or hot. So because you are lukewarm and neither hot nor cold, I will spit you out of my mouth. And here it is. Because you say, I am rich and have become wealthy and have need of nothing, and you do not know that you are wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. The deception of riches will blind us to our need for God. Yet the Apostle Paul, in listing out his credentials to the church in Corinth, says this in 2 Corinthians 6:10. He was as sorrowful, yet always rejoicing, as poor, yet making many rich, as having nothing, yet possessing all things. It's important to understand that it's the idea of where our treasure is that is the essence of what Solomon is talking about back in Proverbs and what Jesus is talking about. In fact, Jesus says this in Luke chapter 12, verses 33 and 34. He says, sell your possessions and give to charity. Make yourselves money belts which do not wear out, an unfailing treasure in heaven where no thief comes near nor moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. It's about where we place our treasure. It's about what we value. It's about what's important to us. And my prayer is that our treasure will be in the joy of serving God and loving God and the joy of serving and loving our fellow brothers. So my brothers, that's my hope, that's my prayer for us today, that our treasure will be in heaven, where neither moth destroys or thief breaks in, because where our treasure is, there our heart will be also. I love you, each and every one of you. I pray that you go out and you make a difference in someone's life today. God bless you.